The Lakers are in the 4th seed, and they're looking pretty good in the Western Conference right now, and you would think that there would be no concerns about this roster. Well, you're wrong, because there's a lot of talking heads that are bashing the Lakers. And we'll shout out to BetUS, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Charles Barkley trash talk that was centered towards JJ Redick. We're going to also be breaking down why the Lakers have been doing so well, and how they have been going on this win streak. And this win streak has to do with one player, but we'll get to that later in today's video. But first, if you didn't know what Charles Barkley had to say about JJ Redick, just take a quick listen.
Better not miss, because I can get you, brother, because I got your Lakers games. You can't hide them flaws they got. You just a dead man walking. They got rid of Frank Vogel, who did a good job. They got rid of Darvin Ham, who did a good job. But you came out there thinking you were going to change things with that same ugly girl you went on the date with.
Although this clip may be hilarious for some people, it just doesn't make sense statistically, because he's talking about how JJ Redick isn't really a great coach. He's a dead man walking, and that Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham did a good job. Don't get me wrong, the last Lakers coaches weren't terrible, but one thing is that there's a difference. When we look at the last 34 games last season, the Lakers were 17-17, a flat 500 team. And while this season, they are 20-14, which is 6 games over 500. So whether you hate JJ Redick, you gotta see that he's brought this Lakers team to the 4th seed right now in a very stacked Western Conference, and he's doing this with very good philosophies on the court. But how did JJ Redick respond to this comment by Charles Barkley?
I didn't make it all the way through the clip, I gotta be honest with you. My resting heart rate is probably 64. I watched the clip, it was 64. Literally don't care. I have other thoughts, but don't care.
Clearly, he does not care, and while Charles Barkley has to look at the standings next time he makes a comment about a team. And well, why are the Lakers playing so well, and how are they getting this win streak? Well, it has to do with 2 players right now, and the first one is Dorian Finney-Smith. You may be saying, oh Muvsy, he didn't really play good, he didn't score that many points, but when we look at the plus and minus, this tells us how good a player is and how much he contributed to the team. And while in the 3 games with the Lakers he's had so far, the first game he had a +7, which was a team high. Then in his second game, he had a plus-minus of +11. And then in the third game, he had a +12. This tells us that when he's on the court, he's making a big impact, whether it's blitzing defenders, getting steals, he really does it all. And even coach JJ Redick talked about Dorian Finney-Smith a while ago on his podcast before he was a coach, and he had some very good things to say about Finney-Smith.
The one guy, you know, I just got to shout out because I love watching him play, and I've played against him now for a few years, and he does so many things that just don't show up in a box score, and that's Dorian Finney-Smith, or as he's affectionately known as Dodo. But you know, Dodo is he's just an awesome player, and he's a player that can fit on any team in the NBA. I think he's incredibly valuable, great defender, hustles, makes all the plays.
And while JJ Redick was right all along, he does things that doesn't show up on the box score. He's a player that stands out when you look at his points or his assists or anything like that. But when it comes to impact, plus minus, and playing defense, that's where you can count on him. But there's another player, a player that makes more impact right now. Before we talk about that, shout out to BetUS, because you could go on their website and bet on the Lakers to win 45.5 games or more this season. I really like it. You know, with the new coaching in JJ Redick and the new pickups in Shake Milton and Dorian Finney-Smith, their team looks way better right now. So I'm going to go ahead and place it. And if you want to place it too, BetUS is offering a 150% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 with code YouTube150. Now back to the video, because one man that has been going crazy is Max Christie. And if you want to know truly how good he is, well, look at this. When the Lakers decide to put Max Christie in the starting lineup, they are 7-2. The reason for this is because Max spaces out the floor, and in the last 10 games, he is shooting 46.5% from 3. This dude is a problem. Like, you could just skip the ball to him in the corner and he will knock down the shot. But we all know that he could shoot the 3 now, but there's something else to his game game, and while defensively, he is a monster. And when the Trailblazers are bringing the ball down, you can see that Max Christie is in a good spot to not only help the corner, but to help the big man. Because when Ayton grabs the ball in the paint and he turns around to go up for a layup, little does he know that Max Christie is right behind him to poke the ball away and give the Lakers a stop. But it's more of his instincts and his natural defensive ability that make him so good. Because he could go from guarding the ball in the perimeter, and when the defender drives in, Max Christie knows that Jackson Hayes is there to help him. So instead of focusing on that primary defender, he focuses on the big man instead, and well, he predicted it. He gets another steal. But to be honest, it's not only on the defensive end. Since Christie knows that he plays with high gravity players like LeBron and Anthony Davis, he's a very elite cutter. And while over here, as LeBron James gives the ball to Rui, you could see a double team is forming. So Max automatically knows that the paint is free, so he just does a simple baseline cut for an easy bucket. I know you guys may be saying this is an easy play, any player could do this, but believe me, some players would just sit in that corner and not do anything. But this next cutting play had me so shocked because Max Christie runs around the perimeter to find that little angle to attack the paint. And once he finds it, he goes right inside of the paint, and instead of taking a tough layup, well, he just attracts the defender and then dumps it off for Rui Hachimura. You guys could see that cutting not only leads to points for yourself, but points for teammates and a lot of playmaking opportunities. Playing with a player like LeBron James, who's also very good when it comes to cutting and finding players, is infectious. I even feel like since Dorian Finney-Smith is playing alongside a player like Braun, he will get way better at a quicker rate. And well, if you don't believe me, listen to what Dorian Finney-Smith had to say about playing alongside LeBron.
As you've been on a couple of teams at this point, what's been the difference in kind of just the Lakers organizations, your early impressions, and also Bron surpassed Michael Jordan tonight, being a part of, you know, some accolades in history. Yeah, what is that like for you?
You know, it's just something I can share with my kids, you know, really. You know, I get to see greatness and witness greatness and play alongside of greatness. So, but the Lakers been showing, you know, they've been showing nothing but love, fans. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. Excited to make a run at this thing and, you know, try to see what we can do in the playoffs.
Dorian Finney-Smith said it perfectly. When you're playing with greatness, you witness greatness, and that helps you get better on the court. Look at him playing with Luka Doncic back at Dallas. He learned a lot about how to be a role player, cutting at the right time, spotting up at the correct areas, and while he's transferring this on with the Lakers. Even Austin Reeves has been absolutely out of his mind, putting up career high numbers, and I have a video on him, so you could go check that out after today's video. But let me know what you guys think. Did Charles Barkley make a calculated statement, and does it even make sense to you? If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe. We are so close to 20,000 subscribers. And if you guys want to connect with me outside of today's video, you can go in the description, and there's my Instagram right there. Thank you guys for watching, and shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.